recognized.
And California is close behind, I might add. Jim, well, it's great to see you again, and Dr. Schneck, thank you for your service on the commission as well. And I assured the chairman that I was not personally responsible for the 40,000 downloads of that report, but I just want to commend your leadership, which was far greater than mine, in really herding cats on some of the top experts in the nation, putting that report together. Yeah, perhaps we should call you the bots herder in cyber terms. I don't know. 15,000 federal intrusions take place per day. So you look at that 40,000 download over a period of how many years, a year or so, but 15,000 intrusions per day on the federal government. And as it was pointed out, the three levels we always talk about is the criminal aspect, the espionage, and the warfare piece. God knows how many are taking place in the private sector. I'm sure it's far greater than that. And when you look at the amount of data that's been stolen from just the federal government alone, it rivals the Library of Congress. And so it's a very serious issue. And Jim, I just want to throw out just a very generic question. Since the time of the report, I think the threat level has increased. Do you feel that we've made any progress, and do you feel that in any way we're safer?
Thank you. And I do want to say that I believe Congressman McCaul's right in that there were lots of clicking noises late at night from both of our offices, but that wasn't the cause of the downloads. So are we making progress? And the answer, I think, is it depends. When you look at the Department of Defense, some tremendous efforts with the creation of Cyber Command. When you look at the Department of Homeland Security, significant improvement. I think you heard Phil describe that. Other departments, state, commerce, have made some efforts. So overall, as a nation, OMB, with its efforts to revise FISMA and to find a better way to secure federal systems, those are all signs of progress, but it's not enough. We were behind when we started, as you know, and we have not caught up. So do I feel like we're more secure? We are on the path to being more secure, and I think the work that this committee and others in Congress can do might get us there by 2012, but we're not there yet.
With respect to, I'm sorry, Ms. Kwan.
Yeah, I just want to add something to that, in that we do spend a lot of time talking about the success of DHS, but I also want to say that there has been a lot of great success among the departments and agencies. They have, over the past several years, stood up several security operations centers and have improved the security amongst some of the larger departments and agencies, and I think that needs to be recognized. And I think a lot of that comes from the actual awareness that has been brought to bear through the CSIS Commission and other efforts in getting the word out that cyber needs to be a priority. But I do think in looking towards the future and things that we need to improve is improving that communication within the government on the federal civilian side of the house, getting DHS to work more closely not only with private sector but with the civil agency CIOs and CISOs and work that improvement across the federal space together.
One thing I noticed both of you, Ms. Kwan and Jim, mentioned was that DHS needs more authorities, and that I think you mentioned appropriate authorities must be given to U.S. CERT. Can you be more specific? Well,
U.S. CERT does not, the authorities U.S. CERT has today are centered around what they have with FISMA and the reporting that the departments and agencies must do with them. The problem with that is reporting is simply reporting. Working together is not working together. So being able to work from a position of authority during an incident with the departments and agencies, to request information from them, to have certain actions performed, it's very important for them to have that authority over the space they're trying to protect. And they don't have that authority today. But in giving them the authority, they also have to have the relationship with those departments and agencies. And I think that's where we're falling short. We're talking a lot about authorities and more of a dictatorship. And what we really need to have is a collaborative partnership with those departments and agencies so that they can take the actions needed in the times of an event.
I couldn't agree with you more on that. You said something interesting that caught my attention that I haven't heard before, and that is that the nonprofit could play a role in protecting the private sector.
Well, I often find that private sector also has problems sharing with themselves. So it's sharing information about a cyber attack is very difficult. I mean, it goes to reputation. It has financial implications. It can ruin and crush companies, as we've seen in the near recent past. So it is important to be able to share, and I think if we take the government out of the picture and allow private sector to create a nonprofit together and start that sharing with the government as being a member but not the leader, I think we might be able to find some success. I also think that there's different levels of information that we're talking about here, whether we're talking about broad threat information with attribution or whether we're talking about technical TTPs, ways in which the malware works, the actual code itself, how to detect it. Being able to put together an organization that can share those very granular technical bits of information, I think is critical and important in moving forward, and a way in which we can do it circumventing some of the problems of law.
And I wanted to ask a question about Einstein 3, but I see my time has expired.
We might come back to you.
Perhaps somebody else can add. But I'd love a grade on Einstein 3. Maybe I'll ask it in a written question.